Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. We are moving on to another green look. I kind of like this one, but I don't like it. But it's not because of the green. I know, right? It's the lower lash line. I thought by doing something a little different, like putting like a pinky purple shade, would help me maybe feel more comfortable, you know what I mean, in a green look. It did not. It backfired. So I know not to go that route again. But the top part of the eye, I like, but only after I did something. But we'll get to that in a minute. Um, let's go through the rest of the face. For foundation today, I'm wearing the Dior Skin Glow for foundation. For concealer, I am wearing the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I set everything today, I know, with the Lunar Beauty setting powder. I know, I put down the Bare Mineral Pro. For bronzer, I am still using the Too Faced because I am determined to pan that. For blush, I'm wearing the Strawberry Shortcake Blush by Glamlight. For highlighter, I'm wearing the Glamlight in the Hershey Cookies and Cream highlighter, the lighter one, the white one. This one. And then my Strawberry Shortcake, you all, look at my blush. Her little face is almost gone. What will I do? I know. I like that blush though a lot. It's unique in a not so unique way now, but it is still a unique color. It really is. I really like that. And then the palette, of course, I mean, it's the Strawberry Shortcake. It's spring to me. Strawberry Shortcake reminds me of spring. And B, it's got green. So I thought, why not? So this is what the palette looks like. I don't know if I like the maroons with the greens, but I like them like separated. Like I could use this whole row or this whole row or this whole row type of thing, or even mix these two rows. But I don't think I like it, the greens mixed, but then I kind of do. But you'll see. But let's get started. The first shade we're going to go into, and these are numbered by numbers, not names. So I'm just going to read out the number. The first shade is number 8, which is this light green with a strawberry. And we're going to go in to this shade. Now, as you'll see, I'm not caring for the look like this. Like, I don't think it looks right in a way, but yet it does. You'll see as I go on what I'm doing. But I end up doing something a little different. That this is usually the way I apply my makeup, to be fair. But this green, I do like it in the sense of it can be built up very bright, especially if you use a white base under it. Today I use my Sigma, I think it's Persuade, as my eyeshadow base. But if you used a whiter base, this would really be like a poppier green. Now, with me on my skin tone, it's come more neutral green, which goes nice with the darker green. But when I'm looking at it, it doesn't look right to my eye. Like it's just too much in a way, right? So you'll see what I do in a minute for that, which that part surprised me, I'll be honest. This part disappointed me, but the other parts does surprise me. Alright, now we're going to go into this dark green. And we're just going to apply it to the outer portion here. And I will say these greens are okay to use. Like, I'm not having any troubles. They build and blend fine as far as that goes also. These tones are a little bit more on the brighter side of green instead of the deep darker side, although I got a feeling you probably could take it to the deeper darker side if you wanted to, depending on what you did mix. But Here we are. And I did keep the lid a lot lighter this time. And I think that that is the key. I've learned that's the key, number one. That's my first key I've learned. I'm not for sure yet on the building part of it. Because I do like the building of the neutral and then use the greens instead of just coming right out of the bat with green. But I learned something else too. So we're going to use this shade right here. So let's see, we used number 8 and number 10. So this was 10. And now we're going to go into number 14, which is this one. And I'm going to run it under the lower lash line. I think this was just too much, too overpowering down here. Like, I don't think it looks awful, but I don't think it looks great either. But you don't know unless you try. That is one thing. You won't know what you like unless you try it. And I'll be honest, I wouldn't like half the stuff I like now if I didn't just try it a different way or just keep working at it or whatever it may be. Or I may thought something looked really good and now looking back, not so much. Just saying. Oh, for lips, you all. I found my lip liner by Clinique. It's in the shade 07 Intense Blush. This is really pretty. I really like this lip liner. I may have forgotten I had it. It's a big possibility that I forgot I had it. And I was digging through lip liners and I was actually looking for something else. Came across that and used it. But that shade is like my lips but better in a more toned down way, if that makes sense. Like in a good way though, you know what I mean? And then in the middle I put my Cake Pop. I've got to get a full size of that, y'all. I'm running low. I was scraping. I haven't applied a lip gloss yet because I wasn't for sure. I was going to wear the strawberry shortcake lipstick, but I thought that's just too much because it's like hot pink. I was like, yeah, that's going to be way too much for this look. I'm not going to feel comfortable, you know? And I need to first get comfortable with this look before I can get comfortable using lipsticks that are outside my comfort zone. But that's one thing right there that it's like when I first started replaying with makeup, hot pink lipstick, oh my gosh, I had every color. Every color. I thought it was the best thing in the world. You couldn't have told me otherwise. And now I look back and I'm like, oh, somebody should have told me. Somebody really should have told me. Like, girl, enough with the pink. It's one thing to do it for a look, maybe. It's completely different to be doing it for an everyday thing. Okay, so now we're going to apply, let's see. Okay, I'm going to apply shade 7, which is this like green, blue, gray almost. Like, it, depending on how you look at this shade right here, it is nifty. It really is nifty, this particular shade. There's a couple of them. A couple of these shades in this palette actually that it really, like, depending on what it's up against and how the light's hitting it, it's a completely different shade. Now this does pull more of the green for sure, especially based against this green, but it is unique and different in a way. But when it comes to glam light, their metallics are my favorite. It just, they really are. They're stunning. And that's what I said. When I want to play with makeup, I kind of choose glam light to play with. When I want to feel sophisticated or elegant or, I don't want to say pretty, but put together, I go with you know, Pat, Natasha, something like that. The more fancier. But when I want to play, I want glam light, even color pop. Color pop sometimes can make me look fancy though too. It may not give me the like while using it type of feeling, but after the look's done, sometimes you can't tell me that wasn't a Natasha Denona palette, to be fair. And if somebody had to guess, they would. Very few have ever guessed right. So there is that to say. Okay, now we're going to go into number 3, which is this one right here, this pink. And it's very light pink. It's like a pinky white shade. I'm just going to take a little bit of it, and we're going to pop it right here in the inner corner. Again, depending on how the light hits this shade, it does work for an inner corner with me if I go in very light. But if I start to like build it up, it becomes too hot pink almost. I don't know, it's weird. But if I just go in with the light hand and put it down, it works really well for me. I don't have any problems with it, which is great because I don't need problems. Especially when I'm doing an eye look that's so far outside of my comfort zone. I don't need that kind of problem. Alright, now I'm going to use the white liner by ColourPop and Exit. And I'm going to run it along the lower lash line and top lash line. Now I ran into a problem here with this liner, and that is because I applied the eyeshadow first. My fault. The white didn't stay so white. It kind of went to a more pinky white, to be fair. But that is my fault. But I had to do the same thing on this side that I did on the other. But I did notice that when I was doing the other eye. Okay, so then I took the liner brush because my rougher, where is it? Where's my little rougher? There he is. And I went back into number 14, which is the shade I used on the lower lash line. And I thought to line the top lash line, kind of bringing that color into the look even on the top, thinking maybe it would help. That was my thought process in this. Did it? Not really. I mean, it didn't hurt it, but it definitely didn't help me in liking it more, like I thought it would. Because that's kind of where I was sitting when I was doing the look. Like, I did the top part first with the greens and stuff, and then thought, well, and I left the bottom lash line undone, and that's why I went into number 11 thinking, well, maybe if I drew some pink in with this, I might feel some confidence, you know, wearing a green. But it did not work that way, which is fine. Because like I said, I think that peach and green is going pretty good together. Now I am wearing pink on the cheeks today with this look. And maybe because it's the tones of greens, it is more of a brighter green. It looks fine. Or maybe it's because it is strawberry shortcake in my head, and that's just in my head what kind of goes. I don't really know. I can't really tell you like why I'm thinking it's okay today, and where the last couple of days I've really been like it's peach, you know. But I will say this. So this is where I was, and I was looking at it, and I still just, I couldn't shake it. Like, I just didn't care for it, right? I like it, but it wasn't bringing me that comfort level. So I went into this number 2, this light pink, and I mean, I barely touched it. Tapped it off. And then just sort of went right over top of this green. Very, very lightly. Like, barely touching my skin and blending it in and blending in with that green. And there's something, as I was doing this and looking at it, I was like, okay, Now, I usually don't do this. I technically, if I was to do this look again, I would go in with this pink. In which case, I got a feeling I wouldn't feel the same about it because I would have went in with a heavier hand. Where right now I am so softly going in with that pink to where I don't even know if you can see that I applied a pink there on either side, to be fair. I really don't know. But if I really look at this mirror and look up close, I can see a hint of the pink up there. And for whatever reason, like, I no clue. I just like it. So with it said, it's like I really like the top portion of this eye. Not so much the bottom, but I like the top portion. Should I? But I'm thinking, what if I took the pink and ran it underneath? Or should I just leave it alone? Let's just leave it alone. So for mascara, I've been also saying how I think brown is beautiful with green, right? And it is. Like, that's been my favorite part about it all. I'm not gonna lie. But today I did go in with a black because I felt like these greens were brighter and more poppier. So it almost felt like it needed a black. Now, whether it does or doesn't, I don't know. You know, just my opinion here. So I'm going in with my Gucci mascara for the top. But I feel like it does work. The black does with this look. Which is good. Because to be fair, I really wasn't for sure. After I made the mistake with the bottom lash line, I thought this was just going to be like, yep, bad luck, you know. Which, hey, we all have them. I have them quite a lot, to be fair. I mess up a lot. But I learn. And sometimes that's the fun in doing this. Is what I learn after everything is said and done. And trusting the process helps too. But only practice is really going to help you lean into what makes you feel good and what you think works right. Because nobody can tell you what will work, you know, what they can tell you what they think would work, but that don't mean that you're going to like it. So you just have to practice. And over time, your preferences might change. Mine sure has. But then, I mean, it's kind of a good thing because we change as human beings, you know? I mean, in my opinion, it's a good thing. But, again, who am I? Alright. I didn't get no fallout this time, so that's a plus on this eye. I went in lighter with that metallic shade. I'm going to use the Lancome Deafen Seals on the bottom lashes. Uh-oh, tractor trailers are coming. It got real loud out there, didn't it? Alright. Looks pretty good. Alright, and that's the final look. I don't love it. I definitely don't hate it though. But like I said, the top part I'm loving. Bottom part, not so much, but we're coming. We're getting there. I'm getting there. But let me know. What do you all like? I am curious to know what your favorite green look will be at the end of this. I mean, there should be, what, 10 looks? Well, no, because I don't film on Sundays. So, by the 17th. So, probably there'll be 10. 8 looks, I think, minus Sundays. But we'll see. But I am curious because I know we're all different. So, and you all very well may like the look. I don't like it all, but I find that interesting. I like that. So, I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite. But I am getting closer. So that does tell me something. I'm doing something right. If I'm getting more comfortable with the greens going in different directions here. So I just don't know. Because, like, wouldn't the all green look be all green? Like, you couldn't use anything but green, maybe, too? Because that was my other thing that I wasn't for sure on. But then I don't wear all pink. I don't wear technically an all purple look. So I don't really necessarily think a green look has to be necessarily all green. So there's that. But I am curious on if we did a peach, a green, because I do think peach and green go good. I think purple and green go good too. What if I did a peach, a green, and a lilac metallic shade? I wonder what that would look like. I think I could wear that. Yeah, we're going to keep playing. And we'll see where this ball ends. But I am determined to find a green look. I don't even care if it's just one. I just need one. Okay, I'll repeat that look over and over if I want to wear green. But I'll sit with this look and see how I feel at the end of the day also. Maybe the lower lash line will grow on me. I don't know. I don't see it happening, but maybe with the whole look together outside and stuff, maybe I'll feel differently. I don't know. But we'll see. I am going to apply, I'm going to try this. I do want a little bit of gloss. Let me just try a little. I feel like I need some strawberry. What do we think? The gloss may be a little bit too dark maybe for the lip. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I will say that this, I have 4 of these Clinique lip liners. I'm going to try these out. I know I've played with them before. I know I definitely played with that red because I don't have that many red lip liners. But this formula, quick liner for lips intense. I like this. Crazy as it may be, I like it. I don't hear much about Clinique, but I kind of like that. There are some things from Clinique I like. But I'll let you go. Let me know what you think of this look. What would you have done differently? I'm curious there because I feel like everybody probably would have done the lash line differently. But let me know. And I will see you in the next one. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.